All right, guys. The bench got moved around for. I thought I was gonna get called up for a reason, so I got up, and then they moved down, and then I came to this side, so I was lied to.
Don't lie to them. They're seeing it the
I
opposite.
think I like this spot better.
Me too, to be honest. I kind of like it.
A little change of scenery. It's not bad.
Yeah, I like it.
Never
so.
hurts.
You know.
If you guys like it, let us know. So, guys, we got the Wheel of Fortune out this time, and we're gonna do things a little bit differently this time, where we are actually gonna give it a spin, and whoever gives it a spin is gonna, if they have a controversial question, the other two will debate it, and the spinner chooses the winner, and the losers take a shot. Damn, I'm like low
My
key.
man rhyming over here.
I'm low key Eminem. You heard? All right, boys. So,
Rap God.
who wants to give a spin first?
Marco, go ahead.
I'll give it a whip. No soft. Oh.
For
Favorite-
fave current player. Okay, so that's not really a debate question, so
It's more
no
of a-
controversy there. It's just kind of
If
whoever
everybody
plays.
gives their own
Yeah,
right now. Favorite current one that's still playing. Youth. He's cool.
he's cool.
I will always love him.
Just because of the way he's blowing up, Mbappe. Just
He stole it from you. I know.
No, I said earlier today in the group chat with our friends. I am praying to the gods that Real Madrid sign Mbappe. 'Cause
Hopefully.
I am a Mbappe fanboy. That kid is out of this world. Yeah, my favorite current player. That's crazy.
Next one.
I miss you, Henry. Okay. Yeah. You want to go next? I'm gonna go next.
I'll go.
Don't yell at me, Jesus.
For real. Not aggressive.
Copy my answer.
Is Pogba leaving this winter transfer?
That's not really a
Oh.
debate question.
More of an opinion.
Yeah.
All right. So what do you think?
No.
He's not leaving.
I don't think so.
You?
He's not leaving. I want to say yes, but I also think Mourinho will end up leaving, and if Zidane does take over, he's not leaving.
Okay.
I think they've invested way too much money in Pogba to just let him go just like that.
He was promised to play by 2019 in the Liga, so.
That was his agent. That wasn't anything.
Well, maybe
Those are all
he, maybe,
speculations.
maybe in the next transfer window, not the winter, but the summer transfer.
Oh yeah, I mean that's
That's a completely different conversation, though.
yeah. This is the winter transfer window.
All right. I think he's leaving next summer. Not this window.
Yeah.
It's too close and it's too important for them to keep him. We saw what he did today.
Pogba,
So
yeah,
they need him.
That Pog pass was nasty.
Oh.
Shout out to you,
Phenomenal
Diego, for saying that name. Okay, I'll give it a spin. I go. No controversy yet. Kind of depressing. All right, best league, favorite league.
All right. Let's
So,
see.
give me what your favorite league is. That's obviously opinion, and then tell me what you think the best league is and why, and try to win my
All
heart
right.
over.
My
Like
favorite
Euros.
league is the Premier League, hands down. I just enjoy it the most. Marco, what do you think?
Currently, right now, my favorite league is the EPL,
Okay, so what do you think is the best league?
La Liga. Just as the last couple of years, what the league has been able to produce, even though it's not a competitive league, the most dominant teams have been Spanish.
All right, you know what? Make your argument because I think the EPL is the best league.
Didn't you just say? No, we were.
I said it's my favorite league,
Okay.
but it's
All
also
right.
the best league.
Well, I personally think that La Liga, because of what they have won the past 10 years, La Liga teams from La Liga have won Champions League. I don't care. You can fall asleep.
You're not talking to me. You're talking to him.
I-
You're gonna lose, so he's gonna give you the shot.
You know I don't argue, so I'm always gonna take a shot. But this is my opinion. My opinion is La Liga is a better league. Is the best league because they produce or they have the top tier teams. It's true. Domestically, when it comes to like them playing against other teams in La Liga, it's always been Barcelona, Real Madrid, and maybe Atletico. But when it comes down to international games, they've been the dominant one.
All right, can I talk now?
Go ahead.
I never said
All right,
no.
the EPL. So, if we're looking over what the EPL has been just over the last 20 years, Liverpool has won it, Chelsea has won it, Manchester United has won it, the Champions League, the growth internationally, financially. You're looking at teams like Chelsea, you're looking at teams like Arsenal, Manchester United, Liverpool, even the Spuds now are blowing up in all the different markets all across the world. You got teams going to China, then you got teams going to the US, you got them going all over the world to compete in this great competition. La Liga's trying to bring one game to the U.S., thinking that's gonna
Wait.
blow up the Liga.
Don't they all go to their for international break or for the summer to all the other countries?
Yeah, exactly. But
So,
you
what's
got
the difference?
the difference is that you got more teams out of the EPL going internationally because they got such a much bigger fan base. La Liga has two teams, Real Madrid and Barcelona, and
I
they
don't
want to
wanna
get
watch it.
they want to become the EPL by bringing a team, one game, Barcelona versus Girona next season, next spring, so that they can blow up La Liga in the U.S. to be like the EPL.
Yeah, you lost me there.
All right, so I want to give you guys both shots because you both failed to convince me. I want to give you 2 shots because you convinced me to go with the EPL.
That's cool. I don't care.
And I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why.
I'll take shots. I don't
No,
mind.
I'll tell you why. I agree with what you're saying as far as the La Liga trying to get bigger, but that's not really making it the best league. That's making it the most popular league. So
Exactly.
I think that kind of went
Right.
somewhere. With you said Spain has dominated. No, Real Madrid has dominated.
No, the last 10 years it's been Spain.
But Real Madrid, I'm talking about the teams that have gone to that level, to the top level. And yeah, Real Madrid has won in the past 3 years and 4 and 5 years. But it's always been other teams, not just.
So wait, so Barcelona never won it?
I'm not saying they didn't win it.
Okay. So the past 10 years they've been won to win
Yeah.
the Champions League.
Yeah, but I'm not. But the thing
They
is that
won
what I'm
9 out of
saying
10.
is that all these other top dog teams still get their past Barcelona every time, or Real Madrid every single time. It's never 2 Spanish teams going at it. It just happens to be Real Madrid has won in the past 3 years. I don't
Past
think
5
they're the
years
best
it's
teams.
been 2 Spanish leagues at the end.
Yeah. I'm not arguing that.
Okay.
What are you saying?
That it is.
I think he needs a shot too.
I know.
I'm so
It's
confused
us going
right
on right
now.
now.
It's-
As you
okay,
can
so
see,
then-
I'm taking a single. He's taking a double.
I'm,
Cheers.
I'm so confused. Okay. That's
Ah.
the reason why I say that. I have to give you another reason. If there's another question that's on here, I have to hear your opinion on it. But I don't want to jump the gun and ask you the question that's on here.
Let's wait for the spin. Whose turn is
So,
it?
It's Marco's
if
turn.
it
Back
make
at you,
it, make
Marco.
it.
Your turn for vengeance, buddy.
All right, it's a little off topic, but
Oh, okay.
I want a controversy one.
Habib versus Conor McGregor.
All right. Well, you put money on this, didn't you?
I'll ask
You got to stick with where you put money on. Why'd you put money on him?
Because I listened to Dennis.
So that's his argument.
My argument was there are better odds when it comes down to making money. If you put it on McGregor, you're gonna make more money.
Because he was underdog in this fight.
He was the underdog in the fight.
He got his ass spanked.
He got choked. He got
Burn.
axed.
I'll give him something though. He can take a punch.
Oh my
Oh,
God. That
man.
Take a punch.
My man was taking him left and right. He didn't care.
No.
But they took him to the ground, and that was it.
That
Choked
was
him out.
his biggest fear, is for him to go take it to the ground and make it actually wrestling.
It's funny. He likes getting hit in the face, but he doesn't like being choked. So, all right.
Edgar, you can go.
Alrighty.
Favorite player of all time.
All right.
Didn't we have this before?
I don't know. That's Raquel's handwriting, so I don't know. I don't think we did.
Well, I don't
No,
think
man,
I think it's a debatable topic. So, favorite player of all time.
That's
No,
that's opinion.
that's-
Strictly opinion.
Okay, but you got to convince me of which one's better. I'm gonna be completely like I don't know the sport. Which ones do you guys think?
Why would I have to convince you if it's my favorite?
Jesus Christ!
My
I'm
favorite
making a
player-
debate here.
My,
Yes.
my favorite player can be.
But he says Messi. I say Ronaldo.
All right, there you go.
That's well, I would never.
I'm
say
saying,
Messi.
but that's obviously gonna go towards Messi's way.
Why are they so difficult?
You're making
I'll
fun of
spin
me.
again.
No, I got my favorite player.
I'll give you my favorite player.
All right, go ahead.
My favorite player for all time will be Raul.
Mine's Thierry Henry.
Mine is Steven Gerrard.
I thought they Paul Scholes. Or
No, if your
Ryan
question
Giggs
was
or-
who is, then that's different. You can debate that. But if it's your favorite, it's your favorite.
yeah, I mean,
I
was
could have
trying
chosen
to
a
make a
goalkeeper.
debate here, my man.
Horrible
He
way to
doesn't
make a
want more
debate.
shots. He
My
doesn't
man's-
want more shots.
I'll take another shot if you want me to, but there's no debate.
Damn, now he's getting aggressive.
all right, I'll spin it. God, this little girl about to fight. Yeah, I got that question. That was the goalkeeper one with footwork. So, oh no, we didn't. That was last one. Never mind. Best player of all time.
Again?
Okay, no,
No, I know.
He should need to take a shot just for that.
yeah.
Where the burro ears? For
Yeah,
real.
behind you.
Where are they?
There you go, right here.
Behind you.
There you go.
Again.
That's cool. All
right,
I
so-
have no issues.
Best player of all time. Convince me. Bitches.
You gonna pick one, or should I go first?
You go first.
I'll take Messi.
I'll
Best player of all time. There's gonna be a debate that he wasn't won it with.
I just said I was
With
gonna say
the-
the same thing.
All right.
But I'll make the debate. I'm gonna lose anyway, but it's gonna be I'll pick Cristiano Ronaldo.
You'll pick Cristiano Ronaldo? Okay.
For the hell of argument.
All right, I'll give it to Messi. He has broken. When it's considered a competition of a team, you really got to look down at the stats of the individual player. And he has performed over a decade, yes, for only Barcelona, but he's broken every stat. He has done it prior to becoming on the first team. He stepped through every step needed to get to the highest echelon of what a best player is. And he's done it on a platform where people can be proud of him, and it's done in a very, good-natured way. It's not only that he's done it and, been great about it, he's also done it in a way that people will remember him as basically a soccer god. You know what I mean? So that's my point of view.
No, the soccer god is Zlatan.
So you're saying that, take your pick. Is it Zlatan or is it Ronaldo?
Zlatan is God, bro.
Wait, I'm trying to get what your point was of him being the best of all time.
Explain.
Put the stats together. He's accomplished nearly everything that's to be accomplished on the personal level. He's won enough competitions on club level to say that he is the best Barcelona has ever had. He's literally taken Barcelona, which was a team that didn't have that much as compared to Real Madrid, and taken them to the next level. He's basically the best of all time.
Kind of losing me in the conversation.
Cristiano Ronaldo did that and more. Before Cristiano Ronaldo, we had 9. After Cristiano Ronaldo, we have 13. 9? Yes, 9 Champions League. Prior to Messi, they had 1. Messi 5. Right? All right, same shit.
Okay, La Ligas?
La Ligas, we have, I think we have, with Cristiano Ronaldo 3, you guys have like 7.
Okay. Copa del Rey?
Copa del Rey, we have maybe 2. You guys have like 6 or 7.
Trebles?
None. That's the one thing we don't have.
All has happened in Messi's time.
Well, yeah,
All
it
those have
is.
happened in
I
Messi's
will give you kudos for that. But have you guys had back to back Champions League?
Okay, so that's the one you could say you have over us.
All right. He has the most goals scored for Real Madrid, which Messi has for his own league. He has the most goals scored in Champions League. Messi does not have that one. He has won something with his country. Messi does not have that one.
Okay.
Well, sorry, he does have the Olympics. I think he won.
He did win the Olympics, yep.
A gold medal with the Olympics.
If you want to count that, go ahead.
It's
personally
counted.
don't.
It's considered.
But hey,
Not on the football stage, but
it's gonna
Medal,
come out. It's
a
gonna
medal,
come
not
out.
a trophy. I'm just saying.
Exactly. What else can I debate? He has been fighting with Messi for the longest time. He has 5 Ballon d'Oros. Messi has 5 Ballon d'Oros. Cristiano Ronaldo has 3 best. Messi doesn't have that, but it's okay.
Treble, that's all we need. Trebles.
We have 3 back to back to back.
Took him 3 seasons to win 3 titles. We won 3 titles in 1 season. Twice.
Not back to back to back.
Exactly, over 3 seasons. 3 major titles in 1 season, and we've done it twice.
I
with
want to see you
the
do
same
that
player.
now.
Why do we have to do it again? We've done so. You want to have it 3
the
times?
one thing. I want to see you do it now that he's at his age. And I know I'm going to lose you on this one. But Cristiano Ronaldo, the only difference that they have is Cristiano Ronaldo was able to do that in two different teams, and he most likely will end up doing it for a third one.
Oh, you heard it here first. No,
everybody's
calling
saying
it.
this.
Yeah,
I think you said it.
What,
That
Champions League?
and you have asked
I
him about it.
Juventus winning it right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
So
Well,
he might do it for this.
but that one
I
can't
don't
be.
know.
That one can't be considered.
So how is he the best if we've almost accomplished almost everything?
That's just it. The trouble. That's the way to measure a team in 1 season.
We're not talking about a team. We're talking
Yeah.
about a player.
And he's the player that took him there.
He
It's only
wasn't the player. It
I'm
was-
not debating with
yeah,
you. I'm debating with him.
Iniesta.
It happened when he was there. It happened twice when he was there.
I don't understand right now.
So.
I don't understand.
All right, we got to call it.
Call it.
I don't think either one of them are the best player of all time, but I've always said.
If you had to choose, who would you pick? And I'm not going to debate it. I just want to know.
I mean, just have. Even though I haven't really seen him play, it's gonna be either between Pelé or Maradona because I have seen some of Maradona's only his highlights, which is what we have access to. But that they just changed the game. That to me is the best player of all time. They changed the game, and they did that.
I think Messi changed the game too, along with Ronaldo, but that's a topic for another day.
So they both changed the game.
Yeah, I believe they both have
So
changed.
that's not they did the best of all time. But I've always said it, and I've said it in the podcast that before that we've been on. Messi has to win the international title to be considered the best goal of all time. I've always said that.
So what's your call?
Ronaldo's I would go with Marco.
Huh? All right. I'll take one for Messi. Hell
Shit, I'll take one for Messi too.
yeah.
But I
It's not me biased because I said that again. These aren't the greatest players of all time in my opinion. But honestly, if I were to give you who I would think would have been the best player of all time, I would easily say Ronaldinho.
I think he screwed up his with his partying.
I think the same with Maradona. Same with Maradona. That's my point of view.
Yeah. So
He-
I think
I wish-
Ronaldinho could have been
Yeah.
the greatest of all time,
Mhm.
but if it wasn't for his habits.
There's actually when Pep came in, Messi was actually following Ronaldinho too much. Started a partying streak, going on the same path, and that's why he got to get nixed. And it was good. He did change the game incredibly, but he also had a streak of him that sort of damaged his own reputation. And
Yeah.
that's what I meant with reputations. Like Ronaldo and Messi have phenomenal reputations. So you can't say that, oh no, he partied too hard or this and that. The only thing that Cristiano has is that he seemed a little bit of egotistical, but that's actually not a negative trait. You know what I mean?
You need
It's
that,
just
you
some
need
people
that.
don't like it,
Yeah.
and that's what it comes down to. That's at that point, it's popularity and not really something that's a bad trait.
Yeah.
Just an annoying trait, you could say. So
Honestly, the conversation between you guys, it went more towards Real Madrid versus Barcelona.
It kind of
Not
sounded like
really.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's where it went. That's
I,
where
I, I
it
tried to
went.
Yeah.
keep it trophy wise, but then you talk about trophies, then you have to do it.
and it comes down to the same thing, Ballon d'Ors and all that, and then
That's more of a personal.
Opinion.
Exactly.
So it's not.
And then
It's,
I know you don't value that as
I
something
don't.
important.
They don't count, so it doesn't count for his argument. So I won.
Exactly.
uh-huh.
I saw the time.
So
we keep going on this topic.
I spun last. I think you're done. Next one, go.
Me again? Dope.
I spun last. Oh no, is that good?
I'll go.
Let's see.
Best player. Never mind.
That was again.
Marco's turn. What do you got? What do you got?
Best player.
All right, Eric.
I was gonna just turn to the next one.
Oh my God!
Wow.
What are our
yeah.
Vegas odds over here? I'm gonna go again. Come on, come on.
Next.
Next drink. Okay. Who's
Next
been? You
drink,
did? All right.
the-
So you tell us what we're gonna drink next time we do this.
Ooh, okay. Hornitos.
Yes.
We got some tequila coming next time.
Yes!
Tequila.
If you guys don't know,
I'm gonna make sure that Eddie's gonna be here for that one.
Marco hates
It's funny
tequila.
because it's Eddie's.
There you go, Eddie. Eddie.
All right, Eddie.
The bottle's
you're
waiting for
back.
you, brother.
You're
We're
coming
gonna
back.
buy you next. What? He's still not ready for the next video.
I'm not ready for it.
Best league favorite. Okay, you already did that. Damn.
Ooh, we
done
gone
so
through these
many?
quick. Is Pogba leaving in the winter?
Oh my lord.
Ah, here you go. That one.
Most important position. Ooh, convince me.
No, I switched it, so you convince us. You convince me.
That was not the. You gotta spin it. Spin it.
There you go. I actually want to debate this one.
Yeah, you guys are
Let's go.
debaters than I am. I'm
What,
a
what's
horrible
your
debater.
position?
His.
I gotta think
center
about it a
back.
little bit.
All right, I'm going CDM.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, so we got a player like Conte. Key player, purchased by Leicester, took them from possible relegation to winning the EPL. Gets sold, goes to Chelsea, and does phenomenal work, wins another EPL. Goes to France, does phenomenal work, locks that defense down, wins a World Cup. What I'm saying is that he's a perfect mixture of recovery and starting the attack. Without him, you can't build a defense that's solid, and you also can't restart attacks. Quick transition. That's what he offered. He would get the ball down and into the attacking feet. He's the transition guy. Without the transition guy, you got defense and attack. He's the guy who made it happen. Covers all the ground, all over the field, and makes the team tick.
But that doesn't mean that all CDMs do the same thing. That's
No,
just him.
That's just him.
What he does.
But that's what I'm saying. That is the most important role. If that role can be filled the correct way, that's what the CDM is supposed to do.
I kind of argument because not all teams use CDMs. So
One.
that's not
Agree,
gonna
but then
be-
you can
that's
say that
gonna
about
be
any position, unless you
center
just say
backs.
striker.
Every team is a center back.
Okay, so pick yours.
Center back. Every team is a center back. All the great teams have center backs. Champion teams have center backs. Real Madrid Champions League winner, Varane. France World Cup winner, Varane Umtiti. Liverpool, who were struggling in defense, what they get? Center back. And has completely changed their game around. They have CDMs. They have Keita, who's a CDM, right?
No.
Who's a
No,
CDM?
Henderson.
Fabinho.
Henderson, Fabinho.
They're not influencing the games in big ways like center back Van Dijk has. Yet in the World Cup, he's not only producing the back, he's scoring goals every other chance he gets as a header. So they're both producing on both sides of the field. Maybe not passing the ball so much in between, but that's something that the player can adapt to eventually on their own. But every team is a center back. Not all teams are CDMs. Maybe some teams are going into that. But if you look at the strong teams, every strong team is gonna have a great
The
center
standard
back.
lineup.
The center line, and every center line you have to have each position filled to the max, and the center back is every offense has the best offense is great defense.
Okay, Marco.
Do you have a counter?
No, that's it. I'm not gonna debate till the.
You want to debate it.
I'm not. No, I want to make it quick. I want to go again. So who wins it?
Eric won it.
All right, there you go.
It's easy pick. That's why
I'll
I
go
asked you
with
to
you.
debate
I'll have
it
half
or to counter it, but you didn't want to.
I have a half of one. Te acompaño. You're not alone.
I think
You're
that's
a
just.
bitch.
I,
You
th-
said
I
half
think.
of
I
one.
think
Give me a
this
full
is
one.
just.
Dude, I served that one half. You can pick that one up.
Not fine. You're sick. I don't get sick. I'll suck it up. I said I'll suck it up.
Ugh, I don't like any.
This is the question I wanted to ask you guys before we got into the
I think
whole.
we've had this discussion before.
Oh, we've had it
And I
plenty
think
of times, and I wish we could have
So
longer to debate it.
I'm gonna have you guys It's a perfect question because you guys debated the last one, which I wanted this to be the first question we get.
All right. So what's the question?
Oh yeah, duh. What's more important, Champions League or domestic league?
Marco, you want to go first?
Yeah. I'm just gonna say it, Champions League, and you're gonna say domestic, and just go at it. Go at it.
All right, I agree. Domestic. So,
I think Champions League is harder.
you think it's harder?
Yes.
And why does that make it better?
Because you're going to different locations, you're going to places, different countries, different atmospheres, different weather, different everything. Everything is against you when you're traveling, when you're going away from your own home, and you still have to perform.
Yeah.
And you still have to fight for it. I personally, I always felt that Champions League is better than domestic league. If you lose points, you can always pray and hope that that whoever is behind you is gonna end up losing at some point. Champions League, it gets to the point that if you don't produce in 2 games, you're out. That's it. That's far as you're going.
So I guess your main point is the intensity and the pressure is a lot higher.
It's a lot higher. That's why I think it's better.
Okay. I think domestic, hands down. If you look at it, it's your bread and butter. Champions League is a cherry on top. It's what you want to win, but it's not what pays the bills. It's not what gets you into the Champions League to begin with. What gets you into the Champions League is doing well in your domestic league. Not necessarily winning it, but doing well. In most leagues, it's top 3. Sometimes it's top 4. But the reason the Champions League is so difficult, like you said, is because it's worked around the domestic league. And the domestic league is what everybody's striving to get to. Everybody wants to get into Europe, whether it's from 6 to 7 in the Europa League, or 5 and up, or 4 and up, or whatever the competition demands. But what everybody's trying to do is move up the ranks in the domestic league, and that is what teams are striving for. That's what they have to build their team around. Once they build a strong domestic team, then they can go compete in the Champions League. But what made them such a great team is that the fact they were fighting for a domestic league. We saw it with Burnley. They couldn't take Europa. It's fine. They're working on their domestic campaign. You see it with other teams that fall in and out. Champions League is just a cherry on top. What they're really striving for is to become top of the league.
What happens to those teams that, okay, they go through all the process and they hit Champions League, and then they just don't care about the domestic? All their eggs are in Champions League. We saw it with Leicester City. I personally think we're seeing it with Inter.
Okay, I agree. What's your point about that?
What they're for them, their focus is Champions League.
Yeah,
because they
and
know
then-
that it's better.
And then they don't win it, and then they become a mid-level team where they're not going to get into
Well, because they
Champions
took
League
the
next
risk.
season.
They're risking everything
Exactly.
for the glory.
Absolutely, for one season. What's more important? To get into the top slots so that you can keep trying to get that glory year after year. Keep going for that cherry. What gets you
Everybody
into
loves
that?
an
What
underdog
gives you the
story.
opportunity to get that cherry? It's to be in top 4 every year, which is the domestic league, which is the most important part.
Let me think about this for a second, guys. All right, so I'm thinking about it. I'm right now. I'm going one direction. Do you guys want to have anyone last?
You're going for One Direction? I think they broke
What's
up,
your-
bro.
Regardless, I'm taking a shot, but
Nah, but do you have any last points you want to make? Because right now I'm leaning towards one direction.
they
Hey,
ruined
guys,
it.
if you're still around,
They ruined that.
He's
that
going for
preference
you.
for everybody. Sucks. I want to say something, but not say something because anything I say is gonna end up affecting me. So you can go.
Vote for me.
I think we're doing a political campaign right now. All right, Edgar, you persuaded me.
But is persuasion, or is you think you actually think it's the domestic is better than Champions League,
No,
or just for sake of argument, this argument you
for
think
sake of
is
argument,
better?
if I'm being completely unbiased and I'm listening to your opinions and in your conversation, I would say Edgar definitely had the more points
Mhm.
that I think were definitely true as far as clubs should focus on domestically because, technically speaking, Champions League is a cherry on top.
Okay.
Leicester City won the Premier League. That was the last thing anybody expected, and they didn't perform in Champions League because, let's be honest, we didn't expect much from them. So
Ironically, that season they got furthest than any other EPL team.
yeah, that
which
is true.
is another. I remember it, but again, they're not in that competition. They're a mid-level team.
Yeah.
They fought higher than when they were before, but that's the point. Like,
I'm done. That was really good. I always thought Champions League was the more important one because you face the best of the best.
mhm.
But yeah, you convinced me. You persuaded me in
I
believing.
think we've had this conversation so many times with Edgar that he had this argument prep just for this occasion.
I think he did because he just
he
started.
was
I just
excited
love
about it.
arguing.
He was excited about
I
it.
love it. I love
I'm
it. I
horrible
feed
at
on
it,
it.
and you guys can tell. But I know he had this one.
I just
He
thought I
had
was
this one
lucky
ready.
because him being an Arsenal fan is like, just get top 4 and you're good. Arsenal stays in the job for 20 years and
22.
there you go. Because he got in the top 4. Damn, that was another point.
All right, who spins?
I think we're almost done, aren't we?
All right.
I'm
Well,
trying to think of
let's
that
just-
question
just-
that the best league, Fave League, and you said Serie A, right?
Serie A.
I'm sorry, best league is Serie A. You said English.
Yeah, my
Arsenal.
favorite league to watch now, yeah, I said EPL, but the best of the best is La Liga.
All right. Well, I think we're good for now. I did want to talk to you guys about one thing
Wait.
though.
I want to do this one.
What's that?
Favorite sports movie was not. It's not. Wasn't spun this turn. So tough luck. Save for next time.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
We're gonna erase these questions, the ones that we used today. So the ones that you guys want on there, let us know in the comments down below, or again, reach out
It
to us.
can literally be anything. One
Anything.
random and everything else. Try
Challenge.
to keep it in the soccer area.
Yeah, a challenge every now and then wouldn't hurt. So guys, please let us know what you guys want us to put on there. Edgar, you guys anything you wanted to say real
Yeah.
quick?
So a little shout out to our Inter FC team. We're in what is it? 8th round or quarterfinals?
Quarterfinals.
Quarterfinals
First leg
and
was
first
won.
leg.
There's 2 legs in quarters in this league.
Tremendous game. We were up 1-0, then down 2-1, and then won 4-2. So, guys, everybody on the team, we did a great job today. We kicked ass. Hopefully, our other bench player will be coming back soon. But regardless, he did some great
Wait.
sideline coaching. So,
Wait, why is Eric not playing?
It's not on the wheel. Sorry. So, guys, with that being said, that ends this video. Please reach out to us, like and subscribe. Is it over here on this side?
So yeah.
Okay, like and subscribe. We just trying to do a little thumbs up thing that comes across the screen.
You can do that on yours.
Not doing it. So again, reach out to us via Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and give us your info on what you want to hear next. With that being said, this ends this video. Watch our last video. Peace out. Catch you next time. International break is coming up. No football.
What is not playing?
sorry, I still love my country.
Peace.